All right. Let's get this show on the road. Sandy, Mr. Dan, how you guys doing? How's your evening coming along? Coming along, coming along. Okay, so we're gonna finish off master difficulty. Oh dear. Maybe we won't finish off master difficulty. That's going to take a little bit more energy, and this is the last pass, so I'm not going to use I could use a small energy refill maybe, but yeah, we got some T4B to get done. One more pass through the side quest, and do have a little bit to put up in the featured arena. First time you were live at my online time. Yeah, not... so last night I was thinking to stream around this kind of time because I'd had a nap in the afternoon and I wasn't feeling all that tired, but I was like, no, smart thing would just be to go to bed, but I didn't end up getting to sleep until like 3. So I figured today, if I was feeling kind of the same, that I would just go ahead and stream, and then an hour or 2 hours of streaming, and by the time it's ready to go to sleep, I should be able to get to sleep quick. So, and then we got the new craziness tomorrow. So I figure I may as well get as much arena done now, and I don't have to worry about arena tomorrow. How you doing? I'm doing okay. What about you? Yeah, we'll leave this for a little bit, get some energy back, and then take a look. So let's get the T4B done. Just get that out of the way. We've only got about 6 million to put up in the featured. My 6 stars are gonna. Ooh, they still have some 6 stars not off cooldown. Well, they're almost off cooldown. Namit, how you doing? How is your evening or day coming along? Okay, let's get into the T4B. All 3 buffs are nice. Which one you liked? I have the only champion I've tried out so far was Hood, and yeah, for the most part, if I do stuff like that on stream, I really don't pay attention to what I'm doing. So later on, I may. To be honest, I'm not. Hood would be the only one I'm interested in seeing how useful it would be. King Groot and Venompool, I don't know, because they're both cosmic. Well, you know what? Actually, I should actually look into both of them, because currently I'm intending to do the basic arena for Angela in a couple weeks, and then to take her to rank 2. But if either Venompool or King Groot are looking like they're better than Angela duped. Yeah, so yeah, I haven't looked at either of the cosmics yet. But that is something I should actually do. I should do indeed. Which one are you liking the most so far? It's morning, but yeah, been good so far. I'm gonna do some workout, but not in mood for that right now, and had food an hour ago. Okay, so it's morning for you. Are you in the in Europe, Namit? Try in Realm of Legends Venompool. He's nice beast for long fights. Okay, but I liked even Venompool. All right. I don't know how good Hood is going to be with suicides. I did try him out a little bit earlier today. I went up to Juggernaut. And yeah, I need to use him a little bit more. Mr. Showers, what up? What up, dog? Yesterday, one miracle happened. What happened? What happened? What happened? What was the miracle? Oh, damn. I was doing my combo and all of a sudden just stopped. Okay. Okay, okay. What you got going down, Mr. Jacob? What are you up to on this fine evening? Well, I guess it's almost morning now. Oh Lord, I'm getting hit by everything. After 3 months, finally got a 4-star Cyclops from PHC. Okay then. Congratulations, I suppose. I don't know if that's something too many people would celebrate about, but... But regardless, getting a new champion is always nice, for sure. For sure. Just chilling. I had to work extra 4 hours today because the evening guy called in sick. Well, I suppose that's overtime, right? So I had a great 5th outing with this today. Oh yes! Yes! Well, okay. No need to ask how the first one went then. This is the 5th time you've seen her. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, let's do that. Well, I'm assuming it's the same one from a while back anyways. Now that I think about it, yeah, because maybe the one that I remember you mentioning, maybe that went terribly and this is somebody new. Got I-Bomb 5-star and Awaken him, and today level up. I'm at 121 points. Nice. Ooh, that reminds me. Yeah, I gotta look after this. Because I leveled up some Cosmics when Cosmic Advancement was on. Then we had Mutant Arena Combat, I think. And I think that's over, so we should be at something else. Maybe another class advancement. But I will check once I am done here. Went bowling and ice cream. She whooped you in bowling. Okay. Well, good to know that she can kick your ass then, right? If you get out of place. He's second in Science Prestige. I'm so happy to pull such a shoot. Yeah, I-Bomb is pretty good. For sure. Let's see. Oh, I have a lot of rewards to claim too. Oh, Mystic Advancement. Okay. Okay. So I'll have to remember to do that off stream then, like when I'm done, because yeah. Okay. And I don't have any 5 or 6-star Mystics, but I think yeah. Okay. Cool. So we should be able to put up enough points in. Yeah, okay. The only problem is I don't think I have very much Mystic ISO. So probably have to be using some off-class ISO, but that is okay. That is okay. I couldn't defeat Mysterio, Summer Pain, that's bad. Well, I mean, it just means if you've done everything. Wait, are you Thronebreaker? Because if you're not Thronebreaker, I'm not sure if it really matters too much. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're Cav. If you have to get your Cav, okay. So I'm not sure if you need to get every fight done to get the max rewards. Probably. But, like, as long as I think the 3rd milestone is still shards, and after that it's the class nexus. So at least if you're able to get the class nexus, and I think the 4th one is class nexus and T5CC. 25% T5CC. So it's not too bad. The max though I think that a Cav can get is the class Nexus and 3 25% T5CC. I think that's the max a Cav can get for milestones. I'm in India, not Europe, by the way. Okay. Oh. You said it's morning for you? Okay. Yeah, although, yeah, I guess India would be, or not India, Europe, well, at least the UK would be like 5:30, 6:30, so, okay. I've only done 3 weeks of Summer of Inconveniences. I don't think... I think it's going to be the last part of it is it's going to be really difficult. But I don't know if it was ever... I think it was supposed to be billed like something really difficult for Thronebreaker. I don't think it was supposed to be super difficult. Because I think where the difficulty really ramped up was the solo objectives. Which only as Thronebreaker would you get points for it. So, yeah. So without doing those, I don't know if the difficulty is really supposed to be that bad. I mean, in general, it hasn't been super hard anyways, but I think that's where the difficulty comes in. I can maximum go to 7 rewards, which is Nexus, and 225. Okay. Okay, so you'd only be missing out on one 25% T5CC. So that's not terrible. That's not terrible. So if it's only mild inconveniences, Jacob, how come you've only done 3? Not morning, it's 11 a.m. It's yeah, okay. So it's morning for you, I get it. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, there's a fair bit of, and I guess we'll find out in 2 weeks. But a fair bit of speculation now that in 2 weeks, what we're going to see is going to be very different than what we've seen up to this point for Summer of Pain. So that should be interesting. Should be interesting both for the encounter or encounters, and then if we see additional rewards. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we've got coming. I don't have champions for Medusa 631. You don't have any bleed champs? I think I used Symbiote Supreme, and he worked out pretty well for me. And then outside of that, I think just good bleed champions are kind of a necessity for it. Bye. First 3 weeks with Rogue, Mr. Sinister, and Mysterio of Tech class. I forgot his name. It was too hard for Cav players. I did all weeks. Some are paid except Rogue and Mysterio. Okay. Gwenpool is good. Does she need Awakening for ability action? Yes. For the... no. Her Awakening is just the surviving specials. The ability accuracy is just, yeah, just always there. And every hit is 2%, I think. A 2% reduction in ability accuracy. So after 50 hits, it's she'd completely shut down their abilities. Yeah, so she should be able to counter the Furies proccing. And then if you're proccing the bleeds, should be pretty good. I think Carnage was also an option. Nick Fury was was an option for sure. Trying to think. So when I did it, I think Sim Supreme might have been the best option at the time. Actually, I don't know. I don't remember seeing or hearing of anyone using Gwenpool, but she should work. She should work well for it. I have Nick but not awakened. So he would still work damage-wise. He does more damage in his real phase, and then also that gives you the extra life to play around with. But bleed-wise, he would still work. Yeah, I don't think I tried anybody else other than Sim Supreme, because the first time I went in with him, he worked really well, so I just stuck with him. And then and I think I ended up using Sim Supreme for the Black Bolt fight prior to Medusa as well, so. So someone used Gwenpool, that explosive armor when hitting in block. Okay. So any guesses who we're going to see for Summer of Pain tomorrow? I think it's going to be Emma Frost. There are a lot of people suggesting that we're going to see a Korg. Which, I think if we were going to see him, it would have to be tomorrow. But I think it's going to be Emma. I have Ghost and Captain Marvel for 622, but I ain't good with Ghost, so how many revives should I farm before entering the quest? I have no idea. No idea, because some people can do some of that stuff without any revives, and other people, it's going to take a ton, so. Yeah, nobody is going to be able to predict how many resources it would take you to do something. You would be the only one. And, like, the way you might be able to gauge it is to go in and do the first one or two fights and see how those go, and then look at the rest of the path. If the opponents are usually, because then you already know what the nodes are. If the opponents are ones that usually give you trouble, well, then you'll know if, it's going to be difficult. If the opponents are ones that you don't have issues with, then it shouldn't be too costly, as long as you're able to get to the first one or two fine. But yeah, nobody else would be able to suggest how many resources it would take you in particular. So if you upgrade to recoil, all those high ratings build up and will prestige. No, you can't increase your prestige from masteries. Prestige is only going to be increased on the rank and the level of your champion. Your hero rating, for each champion, can change due to masteries. So, for example, like I'm running Suicides. My R5 Mr. Sinister is 13,450. So somebody else could have an R5 Mr. Sinister not running Suicides, so their hero rating on their Mr. Sinister would be different than mine. But Prestige, yeah, there's nothing you can do outside of ranking and leveling up your champions to increase it. Emma Frost and Mr. Sinister will be the only problem. Path is easy because you have Apocalypse. Okay. Well, if you got Apocalypse... Wait, which one did you say? 662. I don't remember. Is that the Mr. Sinister where you need to have a Fury? Yeah, I guess so, right? Do you need armor piercing to level 3 for mastery? Not sure. Like, what do you mean? Like, do you have to take it up to level 3, or Do you need that level 3 for other masteries? Because armor piercing, I think you only need 1 point to advance further in the offensive masteries. But yeah, I don't think there's any mastery that you need to max out to move forward. Mr. Dash Gaming, how you doing? Overall, all you would need to do is just have so many points in earlier masteries to get to higher masteries. Is it good to level 3 for armor piercing? Not really. Basically, the only reason you put any points in armor piercing is just to move further in the tree. It's not one you would really max out. If you were going to max out anything that early in the masteries, you'd probably max out Courage? No, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called exactly, but it's the one where if you're under 50% health, you do more damage. So that early on in that mastery tree, if you're going to max out anything, that's the one you would want to do. But for the most part, if you've got enough mastery points, you wouldn't max that out necessarily, depending on what you're doing. If you're doing a longer fight, like AOL, LOL, ROL, no, wouldn't matter, but AOL, LOL, then that would help because you'll be spending more time with your health under 50%. If you were mainly doing arena, that's really not going to help you very much because for the most part in arena, you're not going to have your champion under 50%. Probably at all. Yeah, perfect. Okay. I just soloed the 634 Iron Man Infinity War boss. Nice. Very good, very good. What about the one mastery that increases your attack ratings but decreasing your health, not recoils? Yeah. That one, I always max it out, regardless if I'm running suicides or not. Partly because, yeah, so Courage and the Pierce, yeah, they're the same area or same level for masteries. And then one you're talking about here is Glass Cannon. So I always max it out, pretty much because I'm always running suicides. But even if I'm not running suicides, which doesn't happen very often, overall, the extra attack is going to be more beneficial than the extra health. The only time that the extra health might be more valuable would be if you're considering war defense or if you've got longer fights. But even in longer fights, you could go either way. You could prefer the health or you could prefer the attack. Because with the extra attack, the fight overall will won't last as long. I was planning on using my Void because he is a good counter for it, but I used Torch pre-fight to make a dent in his health, but ended up soloing. Yeah, Torch is a pretty good option for Iron Man Infinity War. Other good and now there's probably even more good options, but other good options would be Hyperion or Corvus. I think CGR would be okay too. But yeah, Human Torch could do pretty well for that. Let's see. We'll do that, and we'll do that. Yes, we will. Mr. Green, how you doing? A Club Cataclysm raid. Well. Mr. Cataclysm. Mr. Wilson, how you doing? How you doing? Okay, let's get this L2 while he's still got... Oh, it doesn't matter. He's still gonna die. How far will you go in Summoner Trial? For the Summoner Trials, I usually do the max milestones. So go for the 4.4 million, because that's where the majority of units are in Arena. So half of the entire amount of units you can get from Arena are all in Summoner Trial. So happy Old Torch is a 6-star, totally not showing up. Mr. Cataclysm, how you doing? Thank you for the raid, much appreciated. You weren't streaming very long, right? Although, no, because I think when I was in there earlier, you'd already been going for about an hour, and I guess yeah, okay, because that was about half an hour ago. So. All right. So how was your stream? Did you get stuff done? Did you get it done? Ooh. Oh, that's oh. There we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. The points are too low. Could only go to 1 million. Yeah. So for the, I'm great. How are you? I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. I should be in bed, but last night I was going to bed and I wasn't tired. I was like, I could just stream for a while, but I figured, well, I should probably get to sleep. So yeah, I didn't bother with streaming, and I didn't get to sleep until 3 in the morning. So I'm like, well, shit, I may as well have just stayed up and stream for a bit. Jacob, don't talk to Sentry like that. He and I don't like it. So you still have the same days off, Cataclysm? Or is your schedule changed at all the last little while? Did you know R3 Sentry after Summer of Pain? Nice. Well, I suppose eventually he'll get a buff or something. He'll get some kind of love. But yeah, once you get him to R3, I'm sure that will be one of very few, probably. Wednesday and Sunday still? Okay. So what are you going to be up to tomorrow? What kind of shenanigans? Oh dear. Oh dear. That was a bad idea. I wasn't even considering his second life, which, because I used the L2, my ice armor is gone, which means, yeah, that's what that means. Oh shit. Because if I was going to push him to L3, that would have been fine if I hadn't thrown my L2. Oh well. So I'd thrown my L2, he would have only done a maximum of 5% there. 2 streams and a bit. 2 streams? Damn, son. What are you planning to be streaming? Well, if you're up for a while and you want to chat, feel free to get into my voice. I think you're in the... Yeah, I think you've got the role to get into the voice chat. But if not, that's fine. I know what that's like. Once you're done streaming, you don't want to be talking anymore. At least that's what it is for me. Like if I've been streaming for 2 hours or something, yeah, I don't want to be continually talking on stream afterward. What is good about Psycho Man? I know he does no damage. I have no idea. I have no idea what Psycho Man is good for. I know he's in the basic on Thursday. I don't think he's going to go very high. But I think I'm going to go for him as a 5-star. I have tech resources more than I want. And every 5-star I take to rank 3 anyways. And I don't have him as a 5-star. So... Groot is the worst in game now. Iron Patriot's still not too sharp. But yeah, Groot definitely needs some love. I'm going to bed very... Yeah, okay. All good, dude. All good. Okay. Moon Knight. Moon Knight can be okay depending on the moon phase, though. Well, yeah, he can be okay. He can be annoying to fight against. Oh dear, I wasn't paying attention there, was I? But yeah, so he wouldn't necessarily be consistently good or consistently not terrible. Oh my lord. There we go. Jeez, it wasn't looking like I was going to get a single hit in here. Yeah, forgetting about Iron Patriot. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, there's tons of characters, though, that in the comics are OP, but in the game are kind of limp noodles, so... Yeah. It's funny, too, because probably with Blade, I think Blade may have been the first champion that I can remember introduced in the game who, in comics or whatever, I mean, he was still a good character in the comics, but not like a super OP character in comics. But in the game, he was like crazy. Like, he definitely had his time. And then same thing with Ghost, like in the comics or the movies, you know, she was a villain. Not you know, like a super crazy villain. But then in the game, you know, just so dominant. Same thing with Quake, Corvus. So... Groot at least gets buffs. What about our favorite Ant-Man? Yeah. I forget about Groot every day until I scroll through my 5 and 6 star roster. Yeah, man. Dude, I don't get how... Like, I've got Groot as a 6 star, duped him a couple times. Hawkeye, 6 star, duped him several times. There's a couple others that are just like, ugh, terrible. And then I have good 6 stars, and I can never pull them more than once. Blade is meh now. He's not really used. No, but I'm talking about when he was first introduced. Because he was probably, like, prior to Blade, Scarlet Witch was probably the most single dominant character. And then Star-Lord for LOL. And I think Blade... Because when Blade was first introduced, there was nobody that came close, really. Whereas for, like, Ghost and Quake, you could argue either of them are the high, like, the best in the game. But for the majority of time when Blade was relevant, like, there wasn't really anyone that came close. Blade is still useful till Act 5. I am R4. He was my first R. Yeah. No, he's still useful, absolutely. It's just that he's not what he was, which, I mean, it made complete sense, right? Because you can't have one champion being, you know, the go-to for that. Because I'm thinking, so the first year he came out, because he came out in the fall, then I think the first February that he was out, I think is when they had the Blade Day, which is the end of February. And I think that was in total, we had that for three years. Where you had the Blade featured crystal drop in February. And I mean, like, when you consider that Proxima, Corvus, Cull Obsidian, Ebony Maw, all characters that are villains, their tag was changed because of Blade. We went an entire war season where every node, there was just no bleed in war. And again, that was because of Blade. So, yeah, so that, like, when you look at match tags were changed, the entire game mode was affected. Um, you have multiple years of a featured crystal. Yeah, I can't think of any other character that's had that big of an effect on the game. There will be a time when Doom will be not bad, but where he'll be overshadowed. It's the same thing with Blade. Blade isn't bad. He's just overshadowed by other characters, which is how it should work, I think. Like, over time, you should... Like, the game should evolve over time so that, you know, the newer champions are more relevant. Because if not, then you never want the newer champions if your old champions do everything. Stranger and OG Thor were also bees and yeah, but nothing compared to Blade, though. But yeah, like Thor, Wolverine, Star-Lord, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, like they were all they had their time for sure, and that's why 12.0 happened, was to decrease their value. But the thing is, even then, you're still naming off multiple characters, right? Whereas when you talk of Blade during his time, it's only Blade you're talking about. I think when Blade was relevant, most likely the closest character at that level would have been Starkey, which enhanced Blade. So there will be a time when Corvus gets a buff. I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think, yeah. Because what Corvus still does what he is intended to do. So... yeah. And I kind of wonder what's going to happen if they get to a point where all of the champions that really need buffs, once that's been done, well, no, I guess they could always go back and then buff champions that don't really, which they kind of are doing in a sense already. Like the Ronin buff, like that was why. So we could see things like that too, I suppose. The next featured arena is going to be interesting because it's going to be the buffed champion arena, but you're going to be able to pick from a pool of 6 from the 3 last month and the 3 this month. How you liking the buffs? Can't remember if I haven't tried any of them out. I did play around with Hood earlier in ROL, but I wasn't really even paying attention to what I was doing. I haven't tried Venompool or King Groot at all. Ooh, I want to get invisible for him to throw. There we go. Now you can throw your L1. Come on. Yeah, then you're not going to do it, are you? Or you'll do it right when the invisibility wears off. Yup. Oh, shit. Well, health pools are getting bigger. Well, isn't King Groot still the largest health pool in the game? I don't think we've seen anybody, or maybe is it Sasquatch? Oh, are you talking about just like content in general? Because yeah, you're talking about content in general, yeah. And that's why Corvus would be good for Act 5, not so good for Act 6. You could still use them in Act 6, but not as much as you would for Act 5. But you're going to be able to take a Corvus to rank 4 soon. Well, relatively soon. It's not just health pools. But don't forget, though, like, because you can play Corvus in such a way where you can serve as charges, right? Like just doing 3-hit combos. You'll end up with about 8 charges left when you get to your first L2. And then also you can use the power boosters so that Basically, you'd be able to get to your first L2, throw it, and you right away at another L2. Well, I guess I wasted my resources on my 5-star Corvus. No, he's still relevant for what he's meant for. He's still great for AQ in war. He's still great for shorter fights. He's never been good for long fights, and that hasn't changed. So even if you were to fight a tech champion with a higher health pool, he's still not terrible because he's got the class advantage. I mean, you're not going to use Corvus against LOL Starlord, but you're not going to use any champion that. I mean, you're going to use a high damage, sustainable high damage champion or something like that. But do you think he will get a buff someday? I don't know. I don't want to say yes or no because yes, I do think he would. When you consider champions currently are getting buffs which take them beyond what they were meant for. So yeah, so he could get a buff. Like I said, I think he was meant for a short fight, burst damage, type of experience. But if at some point they want to either make him more applicable for it or kind of change his role, like more glaive charges. Well, I mean, something like glaive charges, they could do that very easily with synergies or something, right? Like, so currently one of his missions is beating an Avenger, which increases his glaive charges against Avengers. So you could see a synergy where beating a tech increases his charges against other techs or something. Yeah. Well, soon there will no longer be short fights. It would be relative. Not short. Well, yeah, it would be relative because it might be a large health pool, but then somebody like Sung Shi, once you've got some chi charges and he's at his L2, he'll make it a short fight. Or Hercules, right? But I think that's part of the evolution of the game. Like, you need that. Don't forget, at one point, ROL fights were a marathon, right? Now, ROL fights, you can be done in 50 or less hits, depending on who you use. So yeah, absolutely. New content should take longer than the old content. It should be larger health pools. If not, then you're not advancing. Like, the game's not advancing. But I think they need to do it by changing the content, not changing the champions, which is what they did with 12.0. And I mean, that is kind of what they've gone to, right? Like, currently now for War, for Boss Island, the usefulness of Ghost and Quake has been reduced. Unfortunately, stuff like that, though, it affects more than just two champion. I never thought I'd say this, but Corvus, I'll miss you. I haven't used you in 3 months. Been using CGR. Do you do war in AQ? Because I find Corvus. I mean, I'm using an R3 Corvus for AQ. Although, actually, because I have replaced him for one map with Sung Shi. I still bring Corvus though, because he's useful to take down Apocalypse, but I'm not using him as my main attacker. I use AQ but never use Corvus. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, Corvus is being not necessarily phased out, but is being overlooked just because of the change in content. And when AQ Map 8 comes out, well, when Map 8 comes out, I think we're going to be pretty close to R4. So then an R4 Corvus will then become relevant again for AQ. But yeah, I think somebody like Hercules, possibly CGR. I don't know if you would necessarily use him everywhere you would have used Corvus, because I think Corvus. Well, no, because you can make CGR. You can get him to his L2 quickly, depending on synergies. I use Angela with Odin and Sorcerer Supreme. Okay. All right, cool. So we are done with the T4B. Once we finish this, let's get in and do some of the 6 stars. And this should be the well, depending on how far I go. So I need about 6 million more points. Oof. Today you switch it up. Okay. Yeah, I want to get my 6-star Angela duped and use her for incursions. Using Odin, Venompool, and Source. Oh, okay. Okay. How'd you find Venompool working out? Yeah, I guess I do need to take a look before I make a decision on Angela, I suppose. Yeah, put Odin pre-fights on Venompool. Yeah. Venompool is amazing. Okay. Yeah, I'll need to take a look for sure. Because actually, if I were to go for Venompool rather than Angela for taking to rank 2, then maybe I wouldn't go for Angela in the arena. Although, no, I think the awakening for her is still pretty good, so maybe I would. Maybe I would. Also, I have my 6-star Angela duped at Sig 40. Okay. Alright. Oh crap, you know what? I just realized I should have been running an attack boost this entire time. Damn it. I got quite a few of these that are expiring. I think maybe a little less than a week. But I do need to get them used up. No, I guess with the new EQ tomorrow, that will be a good time to use them. See you, gotta go to bed. Good night. All right, dude. Have a good one. Thanks for coming and hanging out. And don't be too upset about Corvus. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Let's see. Okay. Oh. You thought you were gonna get away, did you? You ain't going nowhere. There we go. Oh, there we go, there we go. Okey-doke. Okey-doke. I don't know if I'm going to do as much in here as I was expecting, actually. Maybe the game doesn't want me doing as much as I expected. Ooh. Okay. Oh, you know what? Actually, what I should do is finish off Master difficulty, which isn't very much, and then do the last entrance for the side quest. Ooh, let's see. Yeah, I guess this is going to be the best bet. This is going to be the best bet, maybe the only bet. Oh, dear. Yeah. That is fine. Oh, damn. I thought I was... I thought I was using Sung Shi for this fight. Oh, boy. Well, that's what I get for not paying attention. Okay. There we go. Oh, I thought that was going to finish him off. Yeah, I'm pretty close. Looking pretty close indeed. No, you don't. Oh, yes, you do, I guess, eh? And away he goes. Let's do this. And that should, okay. Takes care of that. Where we go? Where we go? Getting through it. Getting through it slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. But yeah, main thing I want to get done was the T4B. Get that out of the way. Get it out of the way, get those resources, and do some leveling up. Oh, wait. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get to 23 million here, and then that will be that for the stream. Caught a short one. And depending on the amount of arena I get done tomorrow, might be back in the evening with some new EQ. We shall see. We shall see. Guess I'll do that. Yeah. One way to take care of things. All right, so there we are at 23 million. So, ooh, we got one more fight to do. Dang, getting a bit too excited there. Sorry I was away for a while. It's all good, dude. It's all good. But I am done, and I think I'm gonna head to bed. But yeah, thanks for coming, hanging out, and I will catch you guys later. Take care.